Here we go, best of 7, the dude to start.
Love 1.
What would it take for Jang Woojin to get sort of the international respect that his game deserves?
I think another major title would do him no harm at all. I know that might seem obvious. I mean, he's had some incredible wins. He beat Ma Long at the Saudi Smash. He beat Wang Chuqin at the Worlds last year. But I think something to add to that Korea Open win would be amazing for him.
Yeah, titles go a long way. It's a good point.
2-1.
Triple Crown champion at the 2018 Korea Open. Quite impressive, taking down Liang Jingquin in the men's singles final.
Oh, yeah.
And a good step around here. Haven't talked about it a lot. Left-handed players often like to step around for forehands on the backhand corner, but they'd have that in common with Jang Woojin. Much prefers his forehand to his backhand.
Yeah, quite a forehand-orientated player, Jang Woojin. Nice push from Benedikt Duda. Yeah, he's just so quick. I know you've said that already, but his agility, his lightning-fast feet, twinkle toes, some of the fastest feet in the game.
And his ability to contort his body without his waist getting injured.
3-0.
I've said it before, but just in case you didn't happen to be there when it was said, there used to be a picture on ITTF's Facebook page of Jang Woojin on the floor where they were stretching him, and it looked like special effects. It looked like someone else's lower body and upper body stitched together. That's how flexible he is. And the forehand takes care of business. 3/4 of the shots in that rally on the open attack from Jang Woojin came out of that powerhouse forehand.
Having to make some really tough irregular transitions and then just sort of glancing that last one up the line. That was lovely. Good blocking from Duda.
3-5.
At this level, it's so uncommon to see blocking without someone adding to it. And I'm not saying that he did that, but in general, we have to remember that when the pros block, they're usually adding a bit of pace and direction. Very intentional play. A little bit off the net, but as he turns the corner, he drills it home for a point.
Absolutely buries it there. Jang Woojin half long. Good backhand counter. I was impressed with that, and he adds to it. Yeah, we see the backhand come out, but he's got it.
7-3.
I think you and I would agree that there's a forehand dominant player in the world who's considered the greatest of all time by most standards, whose backhand wasn't flashy, but it was incredibly effective.
And whose face is on the bottom of Jang Woojin's bat, I believe, there.
7-4.
Many of the ones we'll see out here. I was actually having a conversation with Chun Yuan Yu about the craziness of Ma Long.
Yeah.
4-8.
Quick aside is we don't have any Chinese players here on the table right now, but the pressure for the Chinese national team is unlike any other team you could play for. And some thrive under it. I think Ma Long just wanted it more than the association. Like the pressure he put on himself was even greater than that of the national team itself. Beautiful plunge placement right down the middle there.
Yeah, nice guided shot here from Jang Woojin. But look at that. Right into that right hip from Duda. Now you see his agility, his footwork in full flow. Works so hard, Benedikt Duda. A relatively late bloomer in some sense.
Yeah, it's interesting how that works. Different associations, people rise up at different times. Oh, beautiful block, the counter perfectly in position. And suddenly now it's a 1-point game. 3 points in a row out of the second towel break. Racket high, redirecting, ready for the speed.
8-7.
You and I were having a conversation about this. It's interesting, that warning. The question is, if the server's waiting for the receiver to be at the table, and the umpire doesn't happen to notice. I don't know if that was the case exactly, but Jang Woojin seemed caught a little bit off guard there by the please play.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
Good recovery after that net. Very impressive. Benedikt Duda staying chill. Nice guiding shot without a lot of spin on it to open up the rally. Big point here for Jang Woojin because he gets the serves back with 2 game points.
Steady away with the blocking here. There it is. Does add a tiny bit of topspin to it. You're right, Adam. I mean, at this level, if you've got enough time for a block, you've probably got enough time for a little bit of a counter.
Tight serve does it, and Jang Woojin takes the first game. What's going to happen? Is it going to get a wrinkle? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Soft hands in the short game. The dude starts well on receive. Just looking at the draw and thinking about the difference between the women's game and the men's game, and there's never been such a stark contrast as the draw right now. It's been that way in recent history.
It really has. Really has, yeah. Wang Chuqin, the only Chinese player left now.
Anders Lind carrying the Danish flag into the semifinals over the world #1.
What a result. Unbelievable.
Cracking backhand. Really on the balls of the feet here. Benedikt Duda getting the balance just right to counter this cross court.
Half-long counter tactic that we see so often.
Good move, quick spring in to get it near the net. We have to remember, our view is very different than the view from Benedikt Duda on Jang Woojin's side. For him to move that quickly, to recognize that that was shallow so fast, that's incredible. And a nice change of pace here too with a shallow, softer shot.
Yeah, good variation here from Duda. Watch this. Uses the pace on it quite shallow. Jang Woojin maybe took the forehand a little bit late, a little bit low.
Finding the middle, just a little bit on the backhand side of the middle for a player who likes to step around Jang Woojin. Good combination. Moves him out to the forehand and then sends him back to where a backhand would have been a pretty uncomfortable shot. The forehand would have been more tempting, let's say.
The play getting in with that first spin, not winning the point. Seems to be a bit of a trend here.
5-1.
Slow spin. Again, racket speed. You can come into the ball with just as much racket speed as your fastest shot ever and contact it very thinly, delicately brush for that spin, and it's very effective sometimes. Cracking backhand, a lot of power behind this in contrast to the slow spinny one we saw before from the dude.
He's got it in his locker. Make no mistake. Woojin, wow.
2-6.
So impressive how he's able to just hold his moment there. I don't know, I have this temptation to do something funky when the ball hits the net. But I guess at this level, any opportunity to keep the opponent on the defense away from the table, you need to take advantage. Wow, that soft spin from under the table, very shallow where the bounce is.
And Duda doing well to sort of sponge that up here. But there's the footwork, there's that compound movement, and he comes across the ball.
Nice parallel change up here. Could feel the shift in the weight on the other side.
Yeah, using his peripheral, spotted that Duda, went down the line against the momentum of Jang. Good table awareness.
Little break off the net here with a parallel backhand. So it's Jang Woojin chasing this time around the second towel break after taking the first game. Man, these slow-mo shots just gives you a sense of how fast they're actually moving. The whole body, it is a group effort, a team effort here. It's not just the arm, not someone standing up straight.
6, 7.
Although you can see that in the muscles, the leg muscles, as they prepare for every shot and almost never come to rest. Even on the serve, the whole body working. 1 point ball game now. Well served, and he ties it up. Was trailing by quite a bit on the chase in this. Jang Woojin suddenly leveled. The momentum here, 6 of the last 8 for Korea's Jang Woojin. Thanks, dude. Not to be confused with the dude on the other side of the table who's not blowing kisses quite as often.
Again, he's moving in there. Look at this. Beautiful early touch. Comes right in.
He plays a little man's game.
Yeah, he does.
So fast.
He really does.
He's a big figure. He's physically quite intimidating.
7, 9.
He said in a recent interview he's got his eyes on potential Olympic appearance in LA. And you know what? The way he's going, you wouldn't put it past him. He's not far off the top 5. He's not far off overtaking Felix Lebrun on the world rankings.
Did you say going to or medaling?
Going to.
Oh, he's #1 for Germany right now.
As it stands, yeah. And who knows, medaling, why not? He's not far off being the #1 player for Europe.
True, true. 1 point ball game again, Woojin down. Oh, he leans! Had to go so far back to get the upper body around this ball to create the space for the forehand. He was outside the backhand side of the table. Look where his body is when he plays that, rocking up. And even with a block that's on the backhand side of the middle line, there was just that much body weight moving, carrying Jang Woojin. Delicate play from the dude. Touch, half-long push, leaves the baseline of the table there as an obstacle for Benedikt Duda's big forehand swing.
Usually those bouncier ones are a little bit more awkward to play off of that half-long. Because if the ball's low trajectory, you can brush it a bit easier because the ball's where your bat's starting. That's why he maybe fresh-aired that one, Benedikt Duda.
Oh, right on the line. Wow. Deep in thought as he prepares. So much focus needed. The intention for any moment at this level. Waited for the right moment. Again, it's not just a push. It's a half-long push. And a question of timing on the other side to see if you can get a free ball. Benedikt Duda narrowly pulling out that forehand attack. Could have pushed it one more time. But here's push comes a little bit long, and Jang Woojin earns the same opportunity.
Nice slow spin play. I feel like Jang Woojin maybe wants to try to take his time a little bit. Maybe not try and attack too aggressively too early on unless it's really, really there. Because we've seen how Duda's been able to sneak through those positions. I know that's Jang Woojin's game. I know he's a very, very aggressive attacker. He's got to trust himself in the short game too.
He did on the last point quite well. About
Yeah.
80% guided it right at the elbow. Oh! I think Jang Woojin was still snapping his head back from the point before. Keep your eyes on Jang Woojin's head. That. It was almost like, oh, the ball's still in play? And then a back edge of the table, not to be recovered. Good placement, that backhand from Jang Woojin, shutting down a step around from Benedikt Duda and getting a more passive shot back.
Korean coach applauding there. Is he a new Korean coach, Adam?
Yoon Jae-young. think there are a lot of Korean coaches that have been around for some time that we just don't see quite as much. Can't give you the exact year, but he feels like a familiar face to me. Right after this match, someone's like, oh, yesterday he started. No, I think anyway.
Yeah.
Get you more details on that, but again, a familiar face. So dead even at the first towel break. Jang Woojin just cleaning the racket. Red side, the bouncier side. Chinese setup on his blade.
Left. 3-all.
There's the power and the placement. Full commitment on the forehand and out of reach. Wide forehand of a left-handed opponent, if you can get it there, can be very effective.
Electric movement. I love that forehand. But I've been impressed with his backhand as well here. Oh, that's just too good. Uncontainable there. Injection of pace from that Duda backhand. Impressive.
A long push gets a ball back that Benedikt Duda can really take advantage of. It's an invitation to the party. There it is, right to the corner, and he gets a slow spin back.
It's exactly how you want to push. Deep, with some oomph, some aggression.
And surprising.
And surprising, yeah.
Oh. Commitment, length of the table, a bit of security here, even though it clips the net on the way over. Again, in the short game, loosen that grip. It really helps the ball just die as opposed to bounce off. The fishing game turns to sky lobs. The dude, oh, the counter carries just long. Jang Woojin from behind tries to keep it baseline. A big point here. Benedikt Duda playing safe. Well, I say that, it's right at the baseline. That's a safe shot. A little bit of side spin on it, forcing Jang Woojin to lift. Try and carry it back for the absence of topspin that there would normally be.
A delicate little touch there from Duda. Showing some of his soft skills again with the soft grip.
People often ask, does the grip change in table tennis between the forehand and the backhand? And the answer is yes. It's changing all the time depending on the shot you're playing. They're just constantly wiggling around the handle in their hand, which is crazy considering how fast the ball goes back and forth.
And usually you're putting some bit of pressure on your forefinger as a shakehander when you play the forehand, and usually you press down a little bit with the thumb, which should be a little bit upwards on the backhand side. Helps stabilize the racket and sense what's sort of on the ball as you play it, using the traction of the rubber.
Good patience there in placement as Jang Woojin stays centered on the table, keeps the racket high. Just guiding. Again, these blocks are still active blocks. And then when he finally gets a chance to make the swing, the forehand puts the point to rest. Reverse pendulum. And a follow-up forehand. You don't see that serve too often out of Jang Woojin.
No, you don't. That's a good observation. Duda trying to nullify the spin on it. Just wasn't quite enough on that receive.
Left.
Service warning.
Please make sure you are not hiding behind your arm. You're hiding. 7-8.
Well, the warning was clear. Remove the free hand. Make sure the arm is not blocking vision of the ball.
9-7.
It's come up more than once this week. The rule simply states that the ball must be visible from the time it's presented until the time it's contacted to the receiver. Must be visible to the receiver. I guess the order of that sentence could have been less Yoda-like.
I love
9,
it.
Thanks.
8.
What we also probably love is the score line right now, as tight as can be. Underspin on the pendulum, soft openings, and Jang Woojin using that backhand and all of its wrist to get in and tighten up the scoreboard. Well, now deception.
10.
Craig Bryant smiling.
There's your shout out, Craig.
So 2 game points here. The Dude, barely any follow through. Again, the less trace, the less clues you can leave as to what was on it the moment you contact it. Why give any more clues? 2 game points for the Dude. And he escaped successfully. 11-8 back and forth here.
Lawful.
And flags flying high around the world. Jang Woojin back in action.
Love 1.
Man, imagine being 17th.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
A lot of movement. Anders is moving on up. A lot of footwork. Very active point out here as they both chase some of these wide shots.
I like that little shot there from Jang Woojin near the net. Really shallow little flick. It's a flick touch, isn't it, really? See Calderano doing that quite a lot.
Yeah, I would say that.
2, 1.
A little welt on the arm there, courtesy of Benedikt Duda on his fast near the net play.
He's playing with some real purpose here. He featured at the Champions Yokohama, lost to Anders Lind. Of course, no shame in that, the form that he's in. Had a great champions in Montpellier last year as well, Benedikt Duda. He beat Ling Gao Yuan and Liang Jinkun.
Yes, that was sort of a breakout for him. I feel like that's when you do that, you beat 2 players who've been staples, or at least 2 of the top most present players for Team China in the last 5 to 10 years. People pay closer attention to what you have to say.
2, 3.
And the winner of this takes on Wang Chuqin, the world champion, a player who Benedikt Duda nearly beat here in Macau at the World Cup. It went to juice in Game 7. Jang Woojin here levels the playing field, 3-all. Lovely forehand flick, right off the bounce, right through the back of the ball.
What feels like a good start to a point is finished with a very impressive parallel counter. To get a passive receive there, you could see the placement though. Benedikt Duda contacting it just a little bit below net height. At best, net height. So Jang Woojin is able to counter. Well said. He did an interview in English earlier this week. Spent some time in Germany playing, quite some time. So Jang Woojin's English better than most of his teammates.
5,
Calm,
3.
composed, collected play from Jang Woojin. Blocking there at the right time. Duda top edges the backhand.
It was Christian Carlson who said Benedikt Duda is my man crush, motivated by his work ethic. And of course, the statue-like physique from all the work he puts in. Table tennis is not an easy sport, especially to become a professional in, to make a living doing. Think about how many players right now are somewhere between the top 1 and 250 in the world that you've seen in the top 30 over the last decade.
5-all.
So competitive, isn't it? And of course, that the rate in which players come up and start challenging you is a lot higher than the rate in which players retire. So just to maintain your world ranking, you've got to improve a lot.
Right. Tied up at 5 points apiece here. Oh, soft hands gets a second bounce on the table as Jang Woojin sneaks it past in the touch game. He was deep when he played that. He was near the baseline, so it's incredibly unlikely. That took so much skill and finesse to be able to get that ball so low and shallow.
7-5.
It's a hard shot to play, that one. When someone plays that sort of long side spin serve, to have the minerals to go for a cross-table attack on the pivot, that's tricky. A lot could go wrong with that shot.
Is minerals like guts and nerve?
Yeah.
Cool. I learned so much at this job. I love it.
Me too from you, my friend.
Thanks.
8-5.
A California rolls when you don't stop at the stop sign. Anyway, momentum with Jang Woojin here. 6 of the last 8 points. Really taking it back here, was trailing, and now he's up by 3.
Good stroke abbreviation from Jang Woojin. He did what he could there, but he was under constant pressure from Duda.
Ooh, patient push play. Jack in the box just waiting. A game of hot potato near the net. Benedikt Duda, time and time again. We've seen how good he is on the flick inside the table. They've both shown that skill here. After all, we are at the quarterfinal stage of an invitation-only best 32 in the world event. I think that's something in itself. It's easy for us to forget. We're watching table tennis. These are the survivors. These are the 25% of the best 32 in the world here at this event. As deep as can be.
7.
Like a conversation at 4 in the morning. That serve just set up 3 game points.
Let.
I guess
10,
it
7.
depends on what happened leading up to that conversation, of course. Different conversations at all times. Jang Woojin with a big win, and it levels the playing field once again. Their first time playing was 2012. That was 2012 at the World Junior Championships. Benedikt Duda won in the decider. The next year, Jang Woojin would come back to win the entire title, be the World Junior Champion. But again, a long time has passed since then. And I'd like to say that they both have skyrocketed or continued on a very steady pace, but no, if you zoom in, there was time where Jang Woojin, it was sort of like, well, you know, he's the key player for his brand. He was the World Junior Champion, but in the adult game, not too much has happened. 2014 was crazy against Jang Ji-ke, but then there was a little bit of a dip, and he's been wonderful for the last handful of years and then some.
Yeah, definitely. Korea nearly beating China at the World Championships, and he was a key cog in the wheel there. Lee Sang-soo as well. Kim Jong-hoon, the third man, a real double specialist.
Good length in the touch game, keeping his opponent guessing, giving him different options to choose from, but trying to make them both, well, make them all not such great options. Ooh, service gift. I was just thinking, at this level, I think all these players could drop the ball just behind the net whenever they want. They have the touch, but it might not be the best option, because then the opponent could either do the same right back or push long while you're in over the table.
See the pressure on the players in the push game and touch play. They're coming in with their leading leg, and they're getting straight back out just in case that push does come along. And we've seen how effective the push counter tactic can be.
Just something else I'm thinking about. These players, we look at them as individuals, and they are, but they're also the representatives of a team. They're the lead singers of a band of people who've come together to support the muscle out here on the table. And it's more than that, obviously. But they are the instruments that go into the ring and battle. Oh, a dribbler for a second bounce.
Is Woojin getting told to calm down? Okay. I think he just kicked the ball away, but I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Borderline. Understandable. Fair enough. Depends where you are in the world and all that. And the level of the event. This is one of the top 2 tiers. Only Smash is bigger than this.
And how close you are to the ball, kid, as well?
Definitely a factor. I don't know if that factored in this decision.
I don't know.
Did you see a ball kid close to him in that moment?
No, but the closer he was, well, would have been, the more likely to see the yellow. Especially if he's maybe like 2 or 3 centimeters from him.
Hypothetically?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Remember, this is a pivotal moment in this match. 2-2, and Benedikt Duda leading by 1. It's Jang Woojin making his way back in on the scoreboard. Ooh, clean backhand and a big counter. Benedikt Duda with a quick reaction.
Seen this a few times here, how quickly he gets that racket up. Look at that.
Just amazing to me how quick and efficient some of these strokes are, how much power and spin these players can generate with such little backswing.
4, 7.
Oh my, the game has changed.
3 points in front, the dude. Encouraging lead, not safe. And into the elbow, a little bit bigger target there as Jang Woojin plays it middle.
Gets him to bite first as well. Good combination there.
These slow-mo replays, it's still just unthinkable that at every moment they have an answer that looks so perfect. High-speed shots, tense back and forths.
7, 5.
You can learn so much from watching the slow-mos. We've seen some wonderful.
Germany knows table tennis and knows it well. You want to be there. So timeout diffused. 3rd point in a row for Jang Woojin. Some momentum. I forgot exactly what you said, but it sort of implied, as it should have, that Benedikt Duda is getting dangerously close for Jang Woojin's comfort to the end of his, well, 3rd game in the pocket. And now, different story.
This is a wonderful fight back here. There it is again, that parallel forehand.
You know, throughout this event, we've seen Jang Woojin somehow miraculously get these balls back in play on the chase. Leaning the other way, turning the wrist as far back as he can, but just enough on this in the head tilt of disappointment. This felt like Jang Woojin did everything right to earn this, and Benedikt Duda manages to escape. Heavy spin, and then the swat from the middle sits up a little bit, and still Benedikt Duda secures it. These ticking time bombs, it's so interesting to see who the first player is who's going to take the bait. And Jang Woojin, the way he does it, made it look like it was the perfect decision. Side top spin, cleanly passed.
Stunning technique. Love that silhouette. Full stroke. Not even really that long of a shot either from Duda. Just aided up the Korean. Here we go again, long push.
Backhand to tie it up. Geez, the seesaw continues to tilt back and forth between these two. You think you start to know what's going to happen. Plot twists left and right. A lot of movement in this point. Tested. Takes a while to finally hit a shot that doesn't come back. But guess what? 2 game points for Benedikt Duda, the man who called the timeout. 7-6. Ooh, good save, but Jang Woojin capitalizing.
Yeah, sneaky play. Great footwork, of course, reverse pendulum serve. Well played from Duda. That's some side spin on it.
Little tomahawk push there. Now Jang Woojin, second serve against game point. And again, reverse pendulum, but he goes to the backhand and puts extra effort in. A sound that we heard a lot when Anders was playing, and it pays off deep to the backhand. It is deuce in game number 5.
This is very, very clutch from Jang Woojin.
Just knocking on the quads to keep the muscles loose here. Tense moments after all. Touch game sets up another game point. 3rd game point for Benedikt Duda here in the 5th. Reverse pendulum. I was actually just thinking to myself, I don't know if you've seen this serve where someone shows reverse pendulum but actually does pendulum wide to a lefty and it kicks and it doesn't get touched. I was sort of hoping to see that, but a slightly more conventional half long using the length of the table here earns the point for Jang Woojin. Second deuce. Over the table, inside the baseline, and he's got a game point of his own. He's fended off 3. He's got his toes on the finish line. Testing out some new space to live in here.
Duda couldn't replicate what he did earlier out of that crossover, that swatting shot.
Play, please. But there is always something. 12, 11.
There's always something, says the umpire. What is it?
A little bit of mystery, some suspense. I imagine some flickering. Some bright lights, but shining brightly here. Jang Woojin plays on through, saving 3 game points along the way. So back for game 6, Jang Woojin leading 3-2. A little break here for the dude to start it off. If you were Benedikt Duda's coach, you were Jorg Roskopf, or you were Fraser Riley on his bench, what would you say to Benedikt Duda to give him the best chances here?
I'd make a little change with the service game, Adam.
How so?
I'd start serving a little bit more reverse. I really like Benedikt Duda's reverse pendulum. He can do it low toss, medium toss, even sometimes high toss. And I'd do it into the middle and backhand of Jang Woojin. Try and set up an opportunity to play that forehand spin. I'd also say keep hitting the net.
Yeah, right. Good advice. Thanks. That's true. I've been given a lot of advice like that over the years. Second time in the early parts of this game, both of his points so far coming from some fortune, but small sample pool. He's played an incredible match so far to keep it tight.
1-3.
We have to remember, he had 3 game points last game, was leading 10-8, 11-10, Benedikt Duda. This is the man who bageled Hugo Calderano, who's beaten Liang Jingquin and Lin Gaoyuan in the same event.
Yeah, that result in Malmo was outstanding. Did not see that coming at all. Duda capable of beating Calderano, but in 4 straight games, that was something else.
Three for 4. Jang Woojin, you could hear it. It's gotten under the skin. It's registered in the brain. Is there enough? I don't know. The finger of Don Parker would always say, it's not sorry, it's just acknowledging the fortune. But I think there's some similarity here. If you were in line at the supermarket, you bump somebody and you say sorry, then you bump them again and you say sorry. The third time you do it, it's like, come on now. That's sort of what just happened here for Jang Woojin. The problem is there's only one line to play table tennis on right now. Wouldn't want to be on any other table. The Infinity Arena, all the spotlights right here. Thousands upon thousands of fans. Some of whom are excited about the next match.
Just some.
Beautiful spin and the placement into that crossover. I don't think I've explicitly said it this match, but Benedikt Duda, the taller of the two players by quite a bit, which means that crossover section between the forehand and the backhand is a bigger target. Good job here to mix it up, play a little bit more into the backhand.
And on almost every single loose ball, Jang Woojin's done a pretty good job of pinning that area. That kind of makes me think that Duda should, if he's going to go for half-long balls, maybe try and set up an opportunity for him to do it into the backhand half of Jang Woojin.
There you go, nice. It's the second time today you've said something, and by the time your sentence finished, the demonstration was on screen.
Feeling good.
Nice. Boom, boom, dun, 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 dun.
There it is, that crossover, the bane of any tall player's existence, as you said, Adam. The bane of anyone's existence of any height, but see, it's just tough for Duda there. It's worked well for Jang Woojin, that one, where he's played a little guide flick, shallow flick, an attackable one, kind of lofty, and then goes into the crossover.
This combination was very nice. Deep to the backhand, gets a parallel, and it creates the opening. Check this out. Step around, open door. His backhand, right from the start of this match, we wouldn't call it his favorite weapon, but it has been really living up to the responsibility needed. A little bit of knock there again on the hammies, quads. Maybe a bit of both. The quieter one was the more dangerous one. He put all the energy into the spin and power on the first, and when it comes back untouched, good drive moves him over and across the body. Perfect shot. Jang Woojin now making some serious moves, looking to end this in 6. He's won 6 of the last 8 points. He's got the serves. Now that was just jaw-dropping, and part of it was the reaction on the other side. Watch Benedikt Duda. Okay, the serve sets it up so well. There wasn't much he could do to be in position or guess where that ball was going to go. But right down the middle once again. It's a 4-point lead, 2 points away from a match with Wang Chuqin. Not yet. Benedikt Duda still very much here. Don't let that last point fool you. A loose receive, okay. Understandable. Focused. And a timeout now on Jang Woojin's side. If he continues all the way through, you never know. Clean as can be right out of the timeout. A backhand receive of all things to play untouched. Man, did he cash in that timeout. Fraser, you translated that timeout perfectly.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Now it's 4 match points for Jang Woojin. Chiquita carries long. Jang Woojin once again has taken down Benedikt Duda. So in the WTT era,